Okay, we are here at the Great Pyramid, about to go inside.
They made it perfect. So, did they have a map? Or this was already made before they entered, and this is all like that story is the reproduction to an older story.
We're just looking at the Queen's Chamber here. I mean, back in there, looks like you can see kind of like rivulets. It's almost like molten, but then it's all blackened. All right, looking down the Grand Gallery. Just, Jen is over here. So, Jen, real quick, there she is. Even she was saying she feels like she's in a factory. And to me, the Queen's Chamber just like epitomizes that. But even in the King's Chamber over here, the rose granite has been turned black. You have marks up on the ceiling from, some sort of chemical reaction that was going on in there that made those marks. And it looks like the box is nicely lined up with that.
So that is the case. Location, alignment, design, material. If you mess with any of these, the place will lose function.
There we're at the backside of the Great Pyramid.
Let's try to find the second side of this stone. Can you see any cup? Do you see any cup? Do you? Yes or no? Okay. Not yet? One stone. Here is the cup. Dr. David, this is one block, my friends. This is one stone. How tall?
All right, welcome everybody to a special presentation of Connecting the Universe. I'm here with my good friend Mohamed Ibrahim to preview the Stargates of Ancient Egypt tour. So we're going to be taking questions from all of you down in the chat as we go along. Those that are interested in the tour, please ask anything you'd like. And then, of course, those that are coming along, if you have some questions as well. So, Mohamed, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Mike. Yeah, of course, it's my pleasure.
Yeah,
and I always love to talk about Egypt and explain anything about Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what time is it over there right now? It's about 7 p.m., something like that?
No, 8:15 now.
8:15. All right. Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of us. So I appreciate you sharing your evening with us. Now, for those that are unfamiliar, Mohamed he's an Egyptologist, owner and operator of Sabatours, which there's one of the tour buses with the Sabatours logo. And you can also grab his latest book here, Egypt Before Written History. I highly recommend grabbing this. So a lot of the material that we covered during the Stargates of Ancient Egypt tour, you will find here. But coming along with us, you'll get so much more of that detail. And for those that are interested, I do have a link down in the description so that you can join us on this tour. So, Mohamed, for those that are a little bit unfamiliar with you and your work, can you go ahead and give us a little background, and then we'll get into the tour after that.
Yes, as you explained earlier, number one, I'm Egyptian, of course. My name is Mohamed Ibrahim. I was born in Memphis city in Egypt. Memphis, Egypt, not Memphis, Tennessee. The surrounding area of my small town is Saqqara, Dahshur, Abu Sir, Abu Jarab, and Memphis. So I was surrounded with the sites of ancient Egypt. So I grew up seeing these sites, and also seeing tour buses. They used to cross the main street of our village every morning. Every morning I was going to the school, I used to see these tour buses. So I wanted to become a tour guide a long time ago when I was like 10 years old. And it happened after high school. I went to the university in Cairo, faculty and tourism hotel. From this faculty, you can become a tour guide. A tour guide in Egypt is different from any other tour guide in anywhere else because we study 4 years. For 4 years, we study everything about Egypt. We study ancient Egypt, we study Greco-Roman Egypt, Coptic Egypt, Islamic Egypt, modern Egypt. We study history, archaeology, we study religion, art, everything connected, even the ancient Egyptian science, philosophy, literature. So that's why sometimes when people call me Egyptologist, I don't mind, but I think my title as a tour guide is bigger than the title Egyptologist because I know more than, but if you are qualified tour guide, you know more than Egyptologist. So I can tell you about the ancient Egyptian language, what we call it hieroglyphics. I became passionate about the Egyptian history, and I was lucky to meet because I graduated as a regular tour guide, regular Egyptologist. Of course, I had many questions about the megalithic structures, about the ancient techniques, and I didn't find answers for these questions. That's why I say I was lucky to meet so many experts in different fields, like in engineering, in geology, in mathematics, in astrology, astronomy, and they shared their knowledge with me. They also had very good passion towards Egypt. So I started to collect informations from different perspectives. So starting from 2007, 2008, I started to change. I started to think to the Egyptian history and to see the Egyptian history from different perspective. And I started to know that there are so many layers under each other of the Egyptian history. And this is what I'm presenting now. When I talk about ancient Egypt, I bring to the table so many aspects to show our clients in our tours the big picture, not the small, narrow picture.
Yeah, the tours have been really fascinating. Of course, I've been on two of them with you now. This is our second Stargates of Ancient Egypt tour that is coming up, and there's so much detail that we cover within these tours, and we hit a number of different locations. We get special access, like to inside the Great Pyramid. There's a Nile tour that's involved with it. Your knowledge is just amazing. Then we get to experience some culture as well with some of the places where we eat, some of the people that we meet along the way, some of the places we go shopping. So I've really enjoyed the amount of detail and the variety of different things that we get to experience on these tours.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Look, I respect traveling. Traveling is for me a great experience to know the information about the other countries' history, tradition, try their food, see their people, and you spend money when you travel. So I feel always responsibility, and as I said, I respect traveling, and I feel that I committed to offer the best service and information and style ever. So I can tell you that yes, our tours, and especially Stargate of Ancient Egypt, this is the unique tour. So many other companies can offer you good accommodation, good food, maybe good transportation. But we care more in our company about these details, okay? Because this is a way to show gratitude to our history. But in our tour, this tour in particular, this is the only tour I know. And by the way, I know I am connected with so many people, so many other speakers and travel agencies. No one else is presenting the subject of this tour, Stargates, because they have limited information about it, limited knowledge. They may mention the word Stargate 2 or 3 times occasionally, or in a as a part of a big text or big speech. But in this tour, no, we talk about stargates in a huge way, and we explain how we reached this concept, and how we know about the ancient Egyptian possibility to travel or to know more about the stars. The tour, as you said, Cairo, we stay in hotels, Luxor, another hotel, and then we take the Nile cruise, which is the magical part. I always call this part of the trip the magical part, when your style and the style of the tour changes completely. So yes, if I'm not the organizer of this tour, I will definitely join this tour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. I'm gonna toss some photos up on the screen here. It's just to kind of give the viewers an idea of some of the different locations that we're hitting. Here's Jennifer and I there, the Giza Plateau with the Great Pyramid on the right, and then second pyramid there on the left. Of course, there's the Sphinx, the Bent Pyramid. And here's you and I at Abydos pointing out the Stargate symbolism. We can cover that a little bit, but there it is. And then the Nile cruise, which is absolutely beautiful, right there, on the river. Here's a nice shot of it with the moonlight, and then we get right down onto the water. And this is one of the small boats headed to, might be Elephantine Island, I think, with this one. And we're all smiles here. It's just a really, really wonderful adventure that we have.
Yes, imagine when you stay in front of the pyramid, in the pyramid area, Giza, and then you go to Luxor. You stay in a hotel overlooking the Nile, and then you stay in a Nile cruise floating hotel over the Nile itself. The Nile is one of the most important, if not the most important river in the world and in the ancient history. The Nile runs through 9 African countries. So it brings strength, minerals, power, energy to Egypt. So imagine you enjoy this energy after visiting the West Bank, the Valley of the Kings, Hatshepsut Temple, and other sites, and then you visit Karnak, Luxor Temple, and then you stay your night, you sleep inside your room, which is floating above the Nile. This is again the magical part of the tour. And then when the boat starts sailing to Aswan, towards Aswan, crossing Esna, and then Edfu, and then Komombo, and you see the water with the green land and the yellow desert and the blue sky. These colors will send you great feeling of comfortness, and as if you are ascending to the sky every time you go to the sun deck and watch the scene and watch the sailing. Hello.
Oh, okay, we back? Connection dropped for a moment.
Yes.
So technology that happens. The energy of the Nile emanating forth and disrupting our connection here. Because yes, it is a very powerful river, and when you're on that river, you can absolutely feel that. And there are people while we're on the tour, because we'll go to there's the Nubian village, there's the beach that we'll go to, and many people on the tour will actually go out into the water and feel the Nile. And what I have found interesting about the Nile River, even though when people think of Egypt, they think of hot desert, all that, but the Nile's actually fairly cold. It's the water's really cool.
Yes. Um, uh, Although that this part where we get close, very close to the water, this is at Aswan, and Aswan is the very far south of Egypt, which means high temperature. But this is what I'm trying to say: the energy of the Nile and the bed of the river is what is rose granite. So it is full of quartzite, full of quartz. And the quartz may be the reason of this kind of low temperature of the water. Okay. But it is not disturbing. Sometimes it is, yes, very cold, but it is somehow refreshing water. And it will, as if doing a natural massage to your body, your brain. Many people I met, by the way, which is very strange, but I saw it with my own eyes. Many people had some kind of issues, psychological issues. They were like shy, or they didn't have autism, of course, but some kind of features of autism. Okay.
Hmm.
The moment they touch the water and they put it above their head, they change. They change, and
Oh,
they,
wow.
as if personalities change, and they become different people. They become very happy. They open people. They become socialized the most next morning. So that the Nile is providing us with great energy.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And we essentially, like you were describing, we get on the boat, we spend our time in Cairo, we fly down to either Aswan or Luxor, and then we're up and down the river, hitting these wonderful temples, Karnak.
Mhm.
There's Luxor. Here's Luxor at night. So some of these, depending on the way the tour works, we may visit some of these at night, which is really, really wonderful. There's Kamumbo. And then, of course, we'll visit the Valley of the Kings with the magnificent tombs and the wonderful artwork that is within all of these. And so that's something that I have found really, really wonderful, is just get on that boat and up and down the river we go, hitting these amazing locations.
Yes, true. As if every day we will have different, of course, a different location, but different
Mhm.
environment. Sometimes we will be completely outside the city, deep into the desert. Other days in a nearby side to the city, not very deep into the desert. Sometimes inside the city, like Luxor Temple,
Mhm.
you feel that you are suddenly moved out of a street and then you find the temple in front of you. In other cases, you go to have to ascend a kind of a ramp, and then you descend, go down under the ground, like the Serapeum, like Valley of the Kings. Sometimes it's an island, so you take a motorboat. Sometimes it's a walking distance. Sometimes it's a tour, a bus for like 30 minutes, 1 hour. So we had different. Sometimes horse buggy. Okay,
Right,
so
Edfu, yeah.
we, you will spend a time as if you are in Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. And we do have fun. And I had to bring this picture in for Gayabea night. And there's your son Adham and I having fun on the cruise late at night. So
Exactly. We don't skip that part of having entertainment and spending a good
mhm.
time with each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's really just amazing to be able to have so many different types of experiences. Like when we talk about like the food, and I love this photo. She's baking the bread there, and just has a wonderful smile on her face. And so that would be, we get to experience some of the culture that's there. We go to the shops. uh, Here's papyrus shop where we actually learn how papyrus is made. The oil shop where and I love this gentleman here. He is just always has that smile on his face. So we get to meet some wonderful people along the way too.
Yes, true. And most people, if not all of them, they feel this. They feel that they receive or they get these services based on love. And This is the great thing. I make sure to go to these places because we deal with these people who are doing this as their job business, but they serve us with love, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure about this because every time you go, they welcome you. Like the lady who is preparing the food for us, the baking, the bread, she is very passionate about this. You know,
Mhm.
she sits in front of this oven for hours, but she never complains. She's very happy to
Mhm.
receive the people, to show them what she's doing, and to offer us bread in a small basket. Okay, the same for the oil shop, the gentleman. They all love what they are doing, and this is why we feel very comfortable in these places, and we feel if we buy they will be happy, if we don't buy they never mind, and they still keep the same good attitude. Okay, so yes, these places, these people, they add great value to the tour.
Yeah, they really do. You get a oh, and even I didn't include the a photo of this one, but Hadia's house where we actually go and experience some authentic food from a local who is she's opened her home to us, and that's a really wonderful experience. And of course, there's some great restaurants that we go to as well, so you really get a nice variety of the culture there in Egypt.
True, food is an important element for any tour. Maybe, in my own opinion, food is more than 25% of the tour because you need to eat the traditional food, of course.
Mhm.
Okay. And this is what I try to do everywhere I go. Try to ask about what is the most special food of this country or this region or this maybe city. Okay. Second thing, we need to also to keep the high quality because one wrong meal can destroy the tour for someone. Okay,
Right.
so we make sure to go to the best restaurants, the high quality, the hygiene. And as you mentioned, the Hadia house, this lady was a great find for us because when we go to Abydos, Abydos is a village as if they still live in the Middle Ages. The there is no development yet there, and tourism is not very strong at this area. So I think there is one only restaurant available there, and it is not available most of the cases. So we used to take lunchbox with us, and it I don't never enjoyed having breakfast box or lunchbox. It is like a hopeless case. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was very lucky to meet Hadia and ask her to have to cook for us and to host us in her house. And the lady was so kind to accept this. So that was great experience. And guess what? She inspired other houses, and there are more than two or three houses now are doing the same thing.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, having lunch in Abydos now is not going to be an issue anymore.
Well, that's definitely good to hear. And Abydos is really a favorite location of mine. I'm gonna play a clip here. I have some video clips I wanted to show of some of the stargates that we'll experience while we're there. Not going to show too much because you need to come on the tour and experience all this. But here's one from the first time I went on tour with you.
So yesterday we have seen the World Stargate in Karnak Temple. Now we will see the World Stargate in Abydos Temple. Sab, and Sab means star, and the symbol gate. And in the same way, Stargate, 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 Stargate. So if this was just a title, why we don't see it everywhere next to the name of the king? Why in certain places? Because this is the Stargate, not the other location.
Yeah, and again, there we are right in that location. This is the tour we did last year together. And, maybe, Mohammed, maybe you could take a moment to explain the hieroglyphs here. And one is the cartouche of Seti, but then you have the Stargate symbolism right there.
Mm-hmm. As I told you, I studied from the traditional books. Not only me, everybody. Okay. And that's why I made sure to write this book. And nowadays I am writing my second book. And the title of the second book is very interesting. You're going to like it. Stargates of Ancient Egypt. The same name like the book.
We're going to have to talk because I'm also writing a book titled that. So we'll have to coordinate that. But mine is going to be a little bit different, but we'll, Go ahead.
Okay. So unfortunately, there are so many ancient words and texts were explained as very, very, very superficial meaning. Okay, and some of them, when I started to reread them and retranslate them, I found that the meaning was very clear, as if it was deliberately hidden in the traditional translations and interpretation. One of these words was the word star. Okay. I was familiar with the word star. And by the way, sometimes you hear me saying Saba, Siba, Saba, because we are confused because so many distraction happened translating this word. Okay. But that was not the point. So we studied that word star many, many times, and there was no problem. Every time we see it, we think of a regular star. But I didn't pay attention to the complete form, Stargate, until I graduated and I started to travel to South, Luxor, Aswan, Abydos, because in Cairo, in Saqqara, there is no mention to this word. Okay. It is, and last year we discovered together many more. Okay,
Yes.
I used to know some, but we discovered like more than 20 extra. So the first time I saw it, it was in Abydos, the one you showed in the picture, and I was like, "What? What does it mean? The word? I know the word star. So this symbol next to the word star, I know this is a gate. Okay."
Yeah.
So it says Stargate. But when I checked my dictionaries, I found that they mentioned the word star without gate as a star, and the word star with gate also as a star. So, like, come on, what is going on? How come one individual word means something and the same word plus an extra symbol means the same thing? No, this is not correct. This is not fair. So from that point, I started to search behind this title, and I started to pay very good attention to the existence of this title. And as you mentioned, it is found next to very few names, not all the Egyptian rulers. Also inside the temples, not everywhere. So for sure, that is not a title, because sometimes they claim it is a title for an observatory. No, that is not a title. And as you said, we will not say everything. If you join the tour, you will know more about the Stargates. But what I can assure you, it is a true Stargate title.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so Jen, she's down in the chat. She mentioned, just real quick back on to the food. She mentioned the koshery. So I loaded up this photo. We had a lot of fun there. That was some great food right at the end of our tour last year. But we, like you mentioned, we discovered several more of the Stargates, and it became like a scavenger hunt for us to find these things. So I have a couple of those videos loaded up here, Karnak and Dendara. So let's start with Karnak. This is the one Jennifer found.
There are 7 obelisks outside Egypt. None of them is this size. They tried to take some similar size, but they couldn't. All are broken. So that is the biggest, the heaviest obelisk. Yet the one at the quarry is heavier, but still not complete. So this is the biggest complete object. One single piece of rose granite weighing around 700 tons.
Jen found another Stargate.
Oh, really? Oh, show me, show me. Wait a minute, if you wanna come, okay? Here. And this is great Stargate. It's not just the Stargate, this great Stargate. And it makes sense.
Yes, it does.
To the obelisk.
Yep, on either side.
So great is that long speed.
Yeah. That was with us, found a couple there, of course, there at Karnak, and then have this clip from Dendara where you were showing us some that you had found just recently, and then we found more. Back again at the Temple of Hathor in Dendara.
This is the sky and this is earth. This shape is what we call it gate. Now we can see 5 stars and that symbol jet in the middle. So that is gate with 5-star jet. Different symbols, many stars now. I can 1, 4, 8. I think this man also, but unfortunately the scene is destroyed.
We're on the side.
Didn't see this one. Oh, this is too much.
It keeps going.
Right, and the other wall. See, yeah. We didn't see this before.
We're on the other side. Yeah, one with 9 stars out here.
We're gonna stay here.
It has 9, and actually, this here is also Stargate.
Look at
right
that.
there. The little symbol right there.
Oh, we got more over here.
We made good discovery, my friend.
Absolutely.
So that's another wonderful thing about doing these tours with you, Mohamed, is there are things that we can discover that are brand new. I mean, they're right there in plain sight, for anybody to see and discover, but we're discovering these things with you.
Yeah, because we are not try to apply our own stories and convince our clients with something only. No, we show them. We explain the story to them, and as if we teach them how to read it and how to find it. So that was what's happening. And that is like one of many cases. Like when I go to a place, like when Jennifer did that in Karnak Temple, because we started to explain the symbol in a good way. So in her memory, in her eyes, in her imagination, when she saw the symbol, because that could be like 1/1,000,000 chance. Trillions of visitors can come and leave, and they will not be able to recognize the symbol. But she did, because we teach in different style.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, and so I've seen that there are some people that are joining us on the tour down in the chat. So thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please go ahead and throw those down there, and we'll do what we can to answer those. And anybody else that is interested in the tour, again, I have the link in the description below, so you can join us for this amazing adventure. So Mohamed, something I did want to talk about, because it's a question that I've gotten a lot from people who are interested in the tour, is because of the unrest over there in Gaza, people have asked me, you've chatted about this.
Okay, all what I can tell you, Egypt is a big country. We are not small country. Okay, between Cairo and Gaza, huge distance. It's about 8 hours driving. Okay, between Luxor and Gaza, it's like a day driving. Between Aswan and Gaza, 2 days driving. Okay, this is just to give you a good sense about the location and direction. But what about people? Yes, if we as Egyptians feel we have we follow what is happening, and by the way, we follow this also from the media, from the TV. Okay, but our streets, our society is still the same. If you visited Egypt before October and then after October, still the same traffic, same crowds, same markets. The if you and I still, or since then, I'm doing almost two tours every month. Okay,
Mhm.
none of my tours felt any wrong or any problem or any threat or any pressure or anything at all. Even we don't open the subject when we are together, or none of
Mhm.
the Egyptians who are providing the tourist services. Okay, so if you want to come to Egypt but you are concerned, I will tell you, don't bring this issue to the table at all. Forget about it. Okay. When you come to Egypt, you will focus on your tour, and you will find everything around you is like leading you to enjoy Egypt and to know more about Egypt. No distraction about this subject or anything else. Okay. So
Yeah,
this is not a problem at all.
good, good.
Mhm.
One of the things I've really enjoyed about your tours, especially the first time that I went, it was the first time I was in, that part of the world, first time to Egypt. I was traveling on my own, but, right off the airplane, you're greeted by Usama, and here's Usama in the subterranean chamber of the Great Pyramid. He's amazing. I love Usama, and I don't know how he always stays so prim, and he'll be crawling through those tunnels like that and not a speck of dirt on him. But he greets you there at the airport, walks you through the whole process of getting the visa stamped, going through customs, dealing with the luggage, all that, gets you out to the van. The van takes you to the hotel. You have a team that greets you there at the hotel to get you all checked in. It is just a really seamless process. And I found that, especially the first time that I went, to be really reassuring that, okay, I'm good. I'm in a strange country. I haven't been here before, but yeah, I felt very safe, and everything was very, very well organized. And I really appreciated that.
It is true. And by the way, Osama is promoted now. He is the
Oh,
tourist manager now.
oh,
Of,
fantastic.
yes, I have a big team now. I have more than 15 employees.
You keep growing.
So yes, as you said, we will take care of each one of you from the moment you leave the door of or the airplane, from airport to airport. We will be more than your family in Egypt.
Mhm.
Take care of all your details, all your things, schedule, food, beverages, everything. Because this is our responsibility. Even if you visited Egypt before you joined the tour, we still will show you new places, new sites, new experiences. So we will take care of everything. Not only the logistics, but also your comfort. Some people sometimes they have some allergy. We make sure that the food doesn't contain what they don't like. If they are gluten free, if they have some special dietary or something, we pay attention to these details. So this is our mission: is to to give you the chance to enjoy your tour.
Yeah, here's one of the people who's joining us this year on the tour, Catherine Swin. Love Egypt. The people make it so special. No worries at all. Come and join us. And then Sylvain is saying, that's good to know you're surrounded by a good team. Yeah. Mohammed's team is absolutely amazing. And then Laura, who I work with, she came a while ago, 2012, but is also encouraging everybody to come join us. Come join us. It's absolutely amazing, life-changing adventure. Again, the link is down in the description. And one of the things I also enjoy about your tours, Mohamed, is you know everybody. You've built those relationships with people at all of these locations, and okay, we get it's already built in the special access 2 hours to the Great Pyramid of Giza, just us, and the whole thing's opened up to us, so we can get down to the subterranean chamber, Queen's Chamber, all that, which is amazing. But there are times where we'll be at a location and you'll talk to one of your buddies, and then all of a sudden you tell her, hey, come over here, he's going to open this for us, and we'll get some special access to some other room or something that people don't usually get, and that's amazing.
Yes, in our tours, we always promote that we have private visit. Private visit, it means we contact the Antiquities Department, we send some papers to be signed. It's like official procedures. But I learned this lesson a long time ago, is I have to know the managers, the high officials, and I have to know also the very minor level. Okay, because sometimes these guards and local guards, they have the key of these sites, and they can open it for us like for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And not only this, but also sometimes if we are going there with a permission, they can make it hard for us, or they can make it easy for us. They can help us if we need some water in a remote place, if we need maybe some tea. And I believe you saw me having tea.
Somebody's always handing you some tea.
Okay.
You'll be telling us and showing us something, and all of a sudden you'll suddenly have a cup of tea in your hand. Like, where did the cup of tea come from? It like materializes in your hand. But if you pay attention and watch, somebody will just walk up to Mohamed and hand you a tea.
Exactly. My wife thinks I manifest tea in these sites. So you are absolutely right. Knowing these people, it is important for us to add to our experience and to smooth things out. Sometimes they can tell me, no, this is not the right time for visit. It's crowded. Come back after 1 hour or come back tomorrow. Okay, so they are very helpful.
Yeah, it's fantastic just to be able to experience that, and everybody is very arms wide open, very helpful. They want the tourists there. They very much enjoy having us there and are extremely hospitable. And so I've always found that very welcoming there in Egypt. So well, Mohamed, I've really enjoyed talking about the tour with you, doing a little preview here for everyone. Again, everyone, the link is down there in the description to join us. My friend, I'm really looking forward to April and exploring the Stargates of Ancient Egypt once again.
Me too. I can't wait to start this tour because, as we mentioned, both of us are writing about the subject.
Okay, Well, mine includes some other stuff. We'll talk when I get there in April. Mine is going to include some other stuff, I'm sure, for what you're doing. But so go ahead. Stargates of Ancient Egypt, because mine's going to also touch on like Atlantis and stuff like that, because I've always had that interest as well. So
yeah, mine also will be revolutionary, by the way.
I'm sure it will.
Yes, but my message to everybody: don't be concerned about traveling to Egypt. And by the way, Egypt needs tourism in a very high level. Our economy is not the best thing. So if you travel to Egypt, you will do two things to Egypt. Two things, one for yourself, one for Egypt. You will help the Egyptian economy by spending your money in Egypt, and you will come to your motherland. Egypt truly is the motherland for humanity. And you will find that the energy of Egypt is the suitable energy for your biological system. And I'm not saying this as a travel agency. You will, if you come, you will truly feel what I'm talking about. It's when we say it's life-changing tour, it is not just for making business. No, it is truly, it changed my life and changed so many lives for many hundreds of people. And I think if you Google this, you will find great testimonials about what I'm saying. And Mike can confirm this. You
Oh,
need to
absolutely.
come to,
Yeah.
yes. Egypt needs you come to Egypt, and you need to come to Egypt.
Yeah, it's there's a draw for everybody to come back there. So many people that I've talked to that just feel that connection, and people say, oh, "I think I've had a past life in Egypt." Well, yeah, you probably have, because civilization began around that area of the world. So yes, our past lives would definitely connect us back to that. And this tour, and we didn't even really talk about the price and all that. It's a really affordable tour that you see other ones out there. They're $7,000, $8,000, $10,000. This one is a really affordable tour for 12 days, and all the access that we get to these locations and learn about these stargates.
And if yes, the price is great, but we still offer similar, or if it's not we still offer the same quality, if not better quality, and better style of the tour. So because some people think if we offer $4,000, $5,000 only, that we reduce the quality and the service. No, it's still in the same level like the tours of 7, 8, 9,000 US dollars.
Yeah, it's come along. You will experience nothing like this. It's an amazing tour. So, Mohamed, again, thank you so much for spending your evening with us here and previewing this amazing tour that's coming up here April 16th to the 28th. Again, everyone, the link is down there in the description. Come join us for this amazing adventure.
Bye-bye.